Welcome to the Little League Softball Regionals on ESPN, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Beautiful day in San Bernardino. The Northwest region continues, and it's a rematch of one of the better games that we've seen so far here this week. Hermiston Little League representing the state of Oregon, and Garden City Softball Little League out of Missoula, Montana. It's great to have you with us here from Al Houghton Stadium. Troy Clarity and Riley West here with you. Riley, this has been a terrific week from top to bottom here in San Bernardino.
It has, and it all has started in the circle. We've seen some elite pitching matchups, but also we've seen kind of the bats of both these teams kind of get hype.
Yeah, more on that in a brief moment. But first, let's kind of set the scene for you as far as where we stand right now heading into this game in the Northwest region. A complete look at the bracket. We started with 6. Now we're down to 4. In the winner's bracket, it's Idaho versus Washington. They will square off later on today. Oregon and Montana, for this one, it's elimination mode. The winner moves on to face either Idaho or Washington, while the other team has their road end here. We mentioned it. It was 2-1 Montana with the winner, or check that, Oregon the winner over Montana. Kind of quiet bats early on, but both teams got it going in action yesterday.
Yeah, Everly Swanson, Adeline Baldwin, and Caitlin Spreitzer right in the heart of this Montana lineup. Really got their lineup going. They trusted the players in front of them to get on and then knocked them in with some great at-bats later in the game.
Yeah, 14-2 5-inning win for Montana as they knocked out Colorado yesterday. Oregon had scored only 2 runs in its first 2 games here. They busted out for 10 runs yesterday in beating Alaska.
The name of the game for Oregon has been adjusting for different speeds of different pitchers throughout their games. Piper Dutton, Reagan Levy, and Mia Christensen, again at the heart of the lineup, did a really great job of making their adjustments and finding barrel for every ball.
And now that lineup will look to keep it going. Here it is from 1 through 12, and it begins at the top with J.J. Ramirez.
And J.J. Ramirez, when she gets on for this Oregon team, it really feels like Oregon gets things going. She's the catalyst. She had really selfless at-bats yesterday, and something you look for her to continue on today.
It's going to be tough sledding against a fantastic pitcher for Montana in Everly Swanson. More on her in a moment. But here we go. Oregon, Montana. Enjoy the game, everybody. Everly Swanson, terrific against Oregon in round 1. Didn't get the win, went 5+, but struck out 11 Oregon batters on Saturday.
She had a really impressive start to her tournament. 11 strikeouts. She came into this tournament with 52 strikeouts in just 28 innings, and that trend you can see continuing. She's done a really good job of utilizing both sides of the plate and stretching the zone as long as the batters allow her to go.
Got that outside corner called quite often on Saturday. Ramirez just gets a piece of it, fouls it off. Count stays at 0-2. Justina J.J. Ramirez, 2 for 3 against Montana on Saturday, including the single to begin the rally that eventually ended with the walk-off run in the 6th inning. Swanson trying outside here and misses 1-2.
And that's what I mean. She's the catalyst for this offense. When she gets on base, she tends to score.
The 1-2 pitch. And this is inside, 2-2.
With this being the second game this Oregon lineup has seen Everly Swanson, she's going to have to change up a few things. And I say change things up because she's going to have to utilize that changeup to throw the timing off, because it seems like they're on time from the start with J.J. Ramirez.
Well outside, Ramirez works the count full. The 3-2 pitch. Laced down the line, but foul.
And this right here is kind of when you might think Swanson will bring that changeup out. J.J. Ramirez, from the first pitch to that last foul ball, has slowly gotten more on time. And that was really good barrel, just a tad foul.
And terrific contact. Pitch number 8 of the at-bat, forthcoming. In play to Olive Camp, but passed her into center field for a base hit.
And that's the J.J. Ramirez that we got to see in this tournament so far, grinding out the very first bat of the game, fouled off a ton of pitches. Then with 2 strikes, you're putting barrel on the ball, trying to make hard contact and let something poke through, and that's exactly what she was able to do.
J.J. Ramirez now 3 of 4 against Montana this week. Off of Macy Gonzalez's glove, and Ramirez holds up at second.
And just like that, J.J. Ramirez able to use her speed on the bases, identify that ball going past Macy Gonzalez. And the crowd for this Oregon team also feels like they're pretty amped up for this elimination game. But J.J. Ramirez's bat, the longer she stayed in it, the louder the crowd got, the louder the dugout got. So if you're Oregon, you're really liking what you see from these competitive at-bats.
Reagan Hudson awaiting the 2-0. The bunt to Swanson, checks third, goes to first, and gets the out there.
We've seen this quite a few times from Hudson, the number 2 batter, showing bunt, getting it down, being selfless, sacrificing herself to move a runner over. But Everly Swanson, she actually did take a peek to see if she could get J.J. Ramirez on the base paths. It was a hard bunt, so I thought that was a good decision, but then didn't speed herself up, going to 1 to get an out.
The leader of the team, who delivered the walk-off run against Montana on Saturday, Priscilla Munoz, her RBI single, gave Hermiston Little League the 2-1 win. And it was Ramirez who scored that winning run. J.J. Ramirez currently at third. Well, that was clubbed down the line.
And if you're Everly Swanson, after that pitch, you got to think that's a long strike. You're ahead in the count 0-2. She did a great job of starting off Munoz with the changeup that she swung over. And now that hard line drive down that left field line. You expect Swanson to go back to that changeup because Munoz looks really on time right now.
With that crouching, wobbling stance, the 0-2. High for ball 1.
It feels like a bit of a replay from that walk-off we saw when they faced each other earlier in the tournament. It even feels like the energy in the stadium is that 6th inning that we saw.
Although this time, Montana hoping for a different script. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Everly Swanson threw 4 innings yesterday against Colorado. Gave up just 1 run. And once again, the count goes from 0-2 to 3-2. This time on Munoz. Lone returner from last year's Hermiston Little League team that made it to San Bernardino last year. Payoff pitch. Got it. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Swanson rears back and gets a big out.
And if these first couple bats are any sign of how this game is going to go, it's going to be a lot of fun. This battle from Swanson and Munoz. Swanson getting the win of this at-bat, going up with a little bit of a rise ball, but I love the placement with that 3-2. It's really hard to lay off a pitch in the top part of the zone with 2 strikes on you as a batter.
Piper Dunton at the plate. Touch ahead of that one, able to get a piece of it, but it's still strike 1 nonetheless. Dunton drove in a run against Alaska yesterday. Went 1 for 1 at the plate against Montana on Saturday. In the air to center. Drops in front of Hogland. That brings Ramirez home, and Oregon is ahead 1-0.
And this Oregon crowd is getting really loud on that hit. That's an excellent piece of hitting by Piper Dunton from the left side. That was a tight inside pitch from Everly Swanson, and she was able to keep her hands inside the ball and poke it out. Piper Dunton is crowding on the line, and Swanson still went inside. That's just an excellent piece of hitting.
Pitch with movement, tails outside, and misses to Daniela Ramirez. No relation to JJ. One ball and no strikes. That And stays outside as well. 2-0. Hermiston Little League here last year. Ended up in the elimination bracket, but made it to the regional championship game. Lost in that one, a 10-9 heartbreaker to Mill Creek Little League out of the state of Washington.
And you got a feeling after that heartbreaking loss last year that they have a bit of a chip on their shoulder this year. They've been in some tough ball games. One pitcher's duel went their way, one pitcher's duel that didn't. So they've kind of experienced just about everything in this tournament.
Daniela Ramirez walks on 4 pitches. Hermiston not quite done just yet. Let's look at Riley Christensen, the manager of this squad. She was asked to describe this team in one word, and the one word that she came up with was goofballs.
And Troy, I don't know if they look like goofballs right now. They look extremely locked in, laser focused.
Yeah, they look like they're all business. Of course, when you're wearing shades like that, that kind of helps the all business look. Reagan Levy. Levy went 2 for 2, drove in a run yesterday.
In that game yesterday for Oregon and how their bats came alive. Sometimes you need a little bit of that confidence when you're on the elimination side after some of the games that they had earlier in their tournament, really close pitchers duels. So now everyone in their lineup has seen a ton of pitches, and a lot of them got a couple hits.
Goes around, strike 3. But Oregon strikes first. An RBI single by Piper Dunton, taking advantage of the leadoff hit by J.J. Ramirez. Oregon 1, Montana coming to bat. The Little League Softball Regionals on ESPN are presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's. Oregon with 1 on the board as we head to the bottom of the first inning. Montana will try to change that right here and now. Their lineup runs 1 through 12. Everly Swanson, not just a great pitcher, she's also pretty dangerous at the plate too.
Yeah, she really broke the game open yesterday for this Montana team. She had really disciplined at bats. And so being able to do well in the circle and then as well as a batter, I think sometimes goes unnoticed because there's so many things you have your mind set on.
And Swanson 3 for 3, drove in 2 yesterday in the win over Colorado. Mia Christensen in the circle once again for Oregon. We've seen a lot of her, and that's been a good thing by and large for Hermiston Little League, as she has been fantastic.
She has been phenomenal in the circle, kept them in every single ball game. Yesterday, she got a little bit of rest with Piper Dunton, the lefty, coming in the circle. So you look to see her being fresh. She has that high velocity as well as a really good changeup. A lot of tail up that gets batters to swing and miss underneath.
Brooklyn Stockton, the first batter, fouls off the first pitch for strike 1. Christensen struck out 11 Montana batters on Saturday, went the distance. 6 full innings, 3 hits. 1 run was earned and walked 3. Brooklyn Stockton will be receiving a 1-1 pitch here momentarily. Brooklyn's dad, Bill, the manager of this team. Brooklyn has a birthday coming up on August 7th. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes. I mentioned Bill. And there he is.
He played Little League himself, and that's why he loves to be a coach for Little League, helps develop players' love of the game, which this is where I fell in love with the game, right about at this age. So a tournament like this, on this stage, getting to play on ESPN, what a phenomenal time to be playing and also following softball if you're watching.
Fly ball to right, coming in is Nolan. Makes the catch. High. 1 away.
That's a good start for Montana, swing-wise, being able to drive balls the opposite way against Mia Christensen. We saw that kind of being Achilles' heel for them in their first matchup against Christensen, not going to the right side as much.
Brings up Olive Camp. Camp got things going yesterday against Colorado with a triple, but came around to score on the throw. So 1 for 3 overall with that RBI. Well outside, 1 ball and 1 strike.
And Troy, for both of these teams, they've seen the opposing pitcher quite a few times already. So it's really a difficult task for the pitcher, 1 versus 12, to be able to change things up enough to hold the other team to pretty few runs.
It was neat getting to catch up with Bill Stockton before things got going here in San Bernardino, and he said, look, it's important to show what level of athletes we have in our state and how we can compete on the national stage. So Montana pride on full display here in San Bernardino. 3-1. The fist fouled back, count full.
Christensen's doing a really good job of working that ball tight and in on Camp's hands. You can see Camp half swinging. She's not getting her barrel out in front. If I'm Camp right now with the speed of Christensen, I'm almost going to tell myself, cheat my lower half, because your lower half is what releases your barrel.
That's inside for ball 4.
And Camp doesn't have to cheat the hips on that one, just uses her great eye. That's a good at-bat. Christensen worked a lot on the inner half, and then to be able to take an inner half and down ball and give your team a base runner is a really good job.
Brings up Macy Gonzalez. One of Montana's best bats. It's going to throw back to first. Camp is back in safely.
And Munoz behind the plate. You're going to see her pick off, or try and pick off, a lot of batters. She says she loves when people steal on her because it gives her a chance to show off that arm. And we've seen her a lot of times go at these batters.
The grab in fair territory. Dutton makes it. 2 outs. Defense always appreciated by the pitcher. 1 more out to go in this frame for Oregon, but first here's Everly Swanson, who takes the first pitch just outside for ball 1.
You can kind of tell Christensen's game plan is a little bit different than the first time we saw her in the circle. She was predominantly using that outer half to righties. Now she's really going in and tight on their hands, then using that outside pitch just to kind of change their look in the batter's box.
2 balls and no strikes. On a couple of hops, back to Christensen. Side retired. Oh no, the ball got away. Swanson safe. The inning extended, and Camp heads over to third.
That was a pretty funky play at first. It looked like Dutton had full control of the ball, and then at the last second, it kind of just slipped out. It was a good play by Christensen in the circle, the backhand. Piper Dutton, it looked like she secured it and then just kind of slipped out there at the end.
Tried to make the catch at the top of the glove, just could not quite corral it. As Adwin Baldwin swings and misses at the first pitch.
And when you get to this time of the tournament, especially this time of the day in the heat, and your pitcher is working really hard in the circle, every little out is going to matter in this pitcher's duel.
Popped up, backing up. J.J. Ramirez hangs on, and there is the third out of the inning. Montana leaves 2 on. Oregon got one in the top of the first. That's why it's a 1-0 ball game heading to the second. It's been a long and winding road for Hermiston Little League so far this week in the Northwest region. Walked off Montana at the start. Tough loss on Sunday against Washington. And then they blew up on Alaska, knocked them out of the tournament yesterday, 10-5. So a mix of everything for the Oregon State champs.
Yeah, and one constant has been Oregon's pitching, especially Mia Christensen in the circle. But when I look at that graphic, I see pitching, then offensive explosion. So you see that they've kind of got all three phases working together. But right now, this is their second time facing Everly Swanson in the circle. So they're kind of looking to have that offensive explosion now to give Mia Christensen in the circle a little bit of insurance.
Speaking of Mia Christensen, she is at the plate right now, looking for her first base hit here in San Bernardino. How about this? This is Oregon's 4th game of the week. Washington, the state champs from Snohomish, have only played 1 to this point. They'll get back in action later on tonight against Idaho. That should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, if you can stay in the winner's bracket in this tournament, the path looks to your eye pretty simple. It's not simple at all, though, because of the competition you're playing. But a lot of rest included when you stay on the winner's side.
Swing and miss by Christensen, 1-2. Mia likes baking, traveling, and Disneyland. Reaches out, taps this one. Baldwin makes the grab on the run.
It was good communication between Baldwin at first and all of camp at second. Baldwin being able to come across. An easier play for Baldwin, but you can hear a little bit of chatter from up here about whose ball it was so they can avoid the collision.
Communication, so key in all phases. Blakely Nolan, the batter. The LA Dodgers fan stepping up to the plate.
You get the feeling that these Oregon girls are in the right place. In Southern California with Blakely Nolan and Dodgers fan, and then before Mia Christensen likes to travel in Disneyland, they could knock it all out.
Now, there are a few things to do down here in Southern California. Might take you a while to get there, but still. 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, someone will go from San Bernardino to Greenville, North Carolina. And there's a floater that misses down low. 2-1. Blakely Noland, well decorated, but her great-grandfather, look at this. 1928 Olympic long jump gold medalist. The Amsterdam Games, that's pretty cool. Here she grounds out to second.
That is really cool. You see a lot of connections to all these players on their field and their parents, grandparents, and now even great-grandparents being involved in sports. And sports changed my life.
Yeah.
I played multiple sports, but softball specifically, so these girls are all on the right path, doing it the right way. Playing Little League doesn't get better than this.
Natalie Rodriguez, the batter. That one misses outside for ball one. Rodriguez 0 for 7 so far, but drove in 2 yesterday against Alaska. Yeah, it was cool meeting your dad the other day. Played college sports, even though he played for the wrong college. That's a different conversation for a different time. little West Coast college talk there. 2 balls, no strikes. And Rodriguez ahead in the count 3-0. Rodriguez, a big fan of Oregon Ducks softball.
Specifically, Lindsey Grine and Paige Sinicki. And Paige Sinicki this year was playing in the AUSL, had her debut not too long ago because she was battling breast cancer. And so just so awesome to see that she was able to step back on the field. I know it was later in the season, but in her debut with the AUSL Cascade, she had a nice game.
Yeah.
And I played with Paige Sinicki growing up, and so to see her battle through breast cancer and still continue to play professional softball, what a good role model for these girls.
Stockton charges, throws to first in time for the out. Defense coming to the fore in the top of the second inning. Montana getting it done out in the field. What can they do at the plate? We'll find out in a moment. Little League is the most trusted youth sports organization in the world, keeping baseball and softball accessible for all kids. But its real power comes from you. Help us rally for Little League by texting RALLY to 345-345 today. Standard messaging rates apply. 1-0, Oregon leading Montana, heading to the bottom of the second inning. Leading off for Garden City softball is Caitlin Spreitzer, who has plenty of connections family-wise to Little League. Her dad, Michael, coached the Garden City Senior League team that won the 2015 Senior League Softball World Series. And oh, by the way, her grandpa, Tim, the president of Garden City Softball, Garden City Little League. How about that?
That's awesome. When we talked to manager Bill Stockton, he talked about how her grandpa has built the program there in Garden City and how much it means to her entire family, Little League softball.
Boy, I'm sure how much it means for Garden City to have knocked out Boulder Arrowhead and to punch their ticket here to San Bernardino at Boulder Arrowhead's expense. Boulder Arrowhead out of Billings. They had been here 5 years in a row. Not this year. Outside, 1-1.
They had to beat Boulder Arrowhead to make it here. And it came down to the 6th inning at one point. They were down by 2, and then they were able to come back and score 4. So this team knows how to come back when they're down a few runs.
Yeah, that was in game 2. They were down heading into the 6th after losing game 1. Did come back to win game 2, and then won game 3. Next thing you know, they're on a plane heading in this direction. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Munoz tried to frame it, doesn't get the call. 2-2. So Munoz with a couple of terrific defensive plays yesterday against Alaska. A couple of short pop-ups that she had to make some heads-up catches on. Full count.
Well, the catchers at this tournament, and specifically Priscilla Munoz behind the plate, have been exceptional, getting strikes to their pitchers, getting those extra outs, throwing people out.
To right field and down. And Spreitzer with her 4th base hit of the week.
And Caitlin Spreitzer's grandpa has to be really excited with how she's been playing at home. This time she goes away with Mia Christensen's outside pitch, letting that ball travel deeper in the zone, hitting it inside of that front foot, the shortest point. And you're seeing a lot of adjustments from Montana from game 1 against Christensen to this game, where Christensen was living on the outside corner. Now you've seen quite a few balls already be hit to the right side. A couple hits, a couple ground balls, but it starts with being willing to go the opposite way.
Hoagland lays down the bunt, rolls foul. Mackenzie Hoagland, the batter. Her bat came alive during the Montana State Tournament. It's always a good time to get hot at the plate.
Yeah, there's no better time.
Come on, 1 strike, fight.
I think that hit the mask of Christopher Boyd, the home plate umpire.
And he didn't even flinch on that ball.
As it is, Spreitzer takes 2nd.
This Oregon defense, especially Daniela Ramirez at 3rd base, is really crashing early. She's about halfway from home.
Let's take a look at that last pitch. What exactly did that hit? It did hit Christopher Boyd's mask.
Yeah, it was hard for Munoz behind the plate to even get a glove on it because the batter's bat was getting pulled back right in front of her face.
There's the bunt. And the throw over to first in time for the out. Spreitzer dancing around 3rd and gets back in.
And just textbook softball with Daniela Ramirez crashing on that bunt. Her feet are moving towards 1. And there's just another selfless at bat by Montana. They had a lot of walks yesterday, which were selfless. And then today, putting down a bunt, Hoagland did a good job of keeping that barrel flat and strong.
Well outside, ball 1 to Olive Carson. Olivia Carson considers doing nails her special talent. That one's fired right down the middle, called strike 1 to Carson. Drove in a run. Part of yesterday's 14-2 win for Montana over Colorado. Montana also the beneficiary of 5 bases loaded walks.
We were really patient yesterday, which at a tournament like this, when you're hungry to get some hits, that's really important that you take what the pitcher gives you.
Big swing and a miss, 2-2.
And this Oregon defense, there's only 1 out. They're playing well behind the baseline, so they're going for the out at 1. They're not really in a position to be able to get the base runner if she goes home on a ground ball.
Count full. Third full count for Christensen so far today. But she's able to finish off Carson with the strikeout.
And that Oregon defense, they're playing back because they probably knew Mia Christensen was going to get it done. She's been getting it done all weekend, but this time stays with that fastball on the inside corner. She's been locating that all game really, really well. 1 ball and 2 balls off on the inside, making it almost impossible for Montana to be able to get their barrels out in front.
Swing and a miss by Stella Philbrick at the plate. Stella also plays volleyball. So one of many multi-sport athletes that we have seen throughout the course of the week. No balls and 2 strikes. Stella 0 for 3 so far this week. Did drive in a run. She received one of those bases loaded walks yesterday against Colorado. Runner at third. The 0-2. Got it. Back-to-back strikeouts to thwart the mini threat from Montana. Mia Christensen is starting to do Mia Christensen type things.
Runner on third base, and no problem for Mia Christensen. She continues to move the ball in the zone. You're loving what you see if you're Oregon.
Welcome back to the Little League Softball Regionals on ESPN, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. We are in the Northwest region, being contested here in San Bernardino. 4 teams remaining as of right now in the winner's bracket. Idaho versus Washington. That will get going at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific here at Al Houghton Stadium. We need to finish this one out, though. Oregon versus Montana, with the winner of this one facing the loser between Idaho and Washington. So semifinal mode officially beginning in the Northwest region later on today. 10, 11, and 12 batters due up for Oregon. Top of the third. Great to have you with us. Troy Clarity, Riley West, Emery Seaward at the plate. Emery 0 for 4 so far this week. What was she looking forward to most here in San Bernardino? The experience. Mostly a lot of people don't get this kind of opportunity. But 1-0. To tie 2-0.
And Seaward had a really good district tournament. She had 2 triples for Oregon. So just something she's looking to do again. Get that bat going. And you know she's got some wheels if she got 2 triples in 1 tournament.
Back to the screen, 2-1. For Everly Swanson. In the circle for Montana. Everly collects all things Snoopy, by the way. Now, I realize this is an entirely different part of the state, but she's got to check out the Charles Schultz Museum in Santa Rosa. It's really very well done. That's, of course, back up in Northern California, so it's not necessarily a day trip from here, but still, really well done spot. 2-2. Staying alive.
And from the first pitch to this previous pitch, Seawer's been doing a better job of getting that front foot down and getting better on time. She kind of got jammed that first foul ball, and that one went straight back, which tells you a lot about where her barrel's at.
Got her. Third strikeout dealt by Swanson.
And I think Everly Swanson and the Montana team saw how Seawer was being able to get better on time. She went with that off speed once again, something she hasn't pulled out too much, and I think this was the perfect time. The previous foul ball went straight back. You knew Seawer was on time. She pulled the string for the strikeout, and being able to pull that out at all times of the game and being able to pull it out for a strike is really impressive.
Terrific adjustment there. Presley Bissinger swings and misses. Presley is also into volleyball and dirt bikes. No balls in one strike. Lifts it the off speed there with a little movement, nothing in two. You know how we know that Presley likes dirt bikes? She sends a picture.
Look at that. That's some cool stuff right there. There needs to be a competition to see who has the best extracurricular activities other than softball.
Well, the pitching for best, the competition rather for best pitching in the Northwest region right now, there might be a dead heat between multiple contestants, and Everly Swanson certainly in the mix there.
Yeah, it looks like this at bat, she was moving the ball with a rise, but almost looked like a little bit of an off speed. That was a really good sequence of pitches, and she seems like she's really spinning it rather than just throwing to a location, but spinning it to a location. You can even see with that pitch, it looks like it was moving almost as an off-speed curveball. She's got some good stuff.
Yeah, twirling it now. Callie Colvin, the batter. There's that one past Colvin, swing and a miss, 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to Callie Colvin, who sets a goal for herself each game. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Back-to-back-to-back strikeouts for Everly Swanson. That's a 3-pointer.
And Everly Swanson just mixing things up with the off-speed rise, a changeup, just all parts of the zone as her team can figure out a way to score a run for her.
World Series. This is as big as the event has ever been.
12 strikeouts tonight.
Find the glove!
It is out of here!
The competition has definitely elevated. The best is yet to come.
Greenville is the goal. The Little League Softball World Series set to begin on August 2nd. 12 teams will go. 4 teams we already know are headed there. The international teams Japan, Puerto Rico, Italy. The North Carolina team has also been decided as well. The Canadian Championship will be contested on July the 29th. We have many other tickets left to punch as well. As of right now, 8 of them. 1 of them will be set in stone right here on Thursday in the Northwest region of the Little League Softball World Series. 1-0 Oregon leading Montana here in an elimination game. Winner here goes on to face either Idaho or Washington tomorrow. The 10, 11, 12 batters due up for Montana here, with Kinsley Gilbertson leading things off. I think we might have a defensive change that Oregon needs to make official. And it potentially involves the left fielder, with Seawer coming off and Natalie Rodriguez heading out to left. Got to make sure the paperwork is done. And now we're ready to roll and resume action. Mimi Christensen has struck out back-to-back batters. Starts off Gilbertson with a strike.
That's what's made her so effective in this game, is how she's been starting batters off with a strike, getting ahead. And we've seen multiple times she's gotten ahead of batters, and she continues to move the ball further off the plate. Sometimes probably wouldn't even be called a strike, but because she's getting ahead, it forces Montana's batters to make that decision of, should I swing at something a little bit further off, not put the decision up to the umpire. But it starts with Christensen in the circle, being able to get ahead of batters and get ahead early.
Being able to hit spots, move things around a little bit, sometimes get a little help from her catcher. Inside, count goes to 2-2. Bounces, now the count full. Gilbertson walked twice when these two met on Saturday. Big swing and a miss, strike 3.
You mentioned that, Troy, that Gilbertson walked twice in the previous time when she's faced Mia Christensen, and I love this bounce back from Mia Christensen from that first game to this one, just honing in on the zone that she wants to attack, especially that full count. She has such good composure on the mound. If you were to put a camera on her the entire game, you'd never be able to tell whether she's up in the count, behind in the count, whether her team's up in the game, behind in the game. She stays very level-headed and neutral. And that's what you want from a pitcher. You want them to be able to stay as neutral as possible, because a lot is in their hands, and it is a lot of pressure in that circle.
Yeah, super steady. And especially with the stakes being what they are. There is no tomorrow for one of these two teams. Simone McGuire looks at strike 1, count evens out at 1 apiece.
With knowing that one of these team seasons will end today, that's a hard position to be in as a player, having to drown out that extra noise and focus on what's the task at hand, and then narrowing that down to one pitch at a time. Because if you start thinking about the what ifs, you speed the game up, and by the time you blink, you feel like you're in the 6th inning.
Tries to paint the corner, instead it goes for a ball, 2-2. McGuire digging back in. Gets a piece of it. Warm out there. We're in air conditioning here, so we're perfectly fine. Warm conditions, not quite as warm as it has been for much of the week so far. The 2-2. Got it. That's 4 strikeouts in a row.
Mia Christensen has fully settled in, and it looks like she's going to a rise ball in the zone. So it looks like a low rise ball based on the swings of Montana because it's tailing up. They're swinging right underneath it. And like I said, just composed in the circle, not much emotion from her. And I love playing behind a pitcher that is that cool, calm, and collected. It makes you feel as a defense behind like everything's going right. We're not gonna let one pitch dictate our emotion.
Harper Davis ahead in the count, 2-0. If Harper won the lottery, she says that she'd buy a new softball bat. That can't be that expensive. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Maybe Harper means she's gonna buy her whole team softball bats if she wins the lottery.
Davis 1 for 1, drove in a run yesterday against Colorado. And now the count full. Walk number 2 issued by Christensen. Lineup turns over. We go back to the top. Brooklyn Stockton will get a crack at things.
And a great job by Harper Davis there at the bottom of the lineup. That's your job as a last batter, to be able to get on any way you can, whether that's a walk, a hit, working counts, so that the top of your lineup can be able to knock you in.
Stockton flew out to right and fouls that one off to right here for strike 1.
And the hit to right, or I should say the fly out to right in that first inning. You kind of expect Mia Christensen to go inside on Stockton like she did in that previous pitch because of the amount of barrel that Stockton got in that very first inning.
Outside 1-1 to Brooklyn Stockton. Her favorite influencer, by the way, is Harper Davis, who's right there at first. Inside 2-1.
I'm gonna have to go look at Harper Davis after and see if she'll be my next favorite influencer. I gotta see what she's posting, maybe some cool TikTok dances.
The next generation. The 2-1. Now another 3-ball count. Montana looking for an equalizer, if not more. Count full.
Now full count with 2 outs. Harper Davis at first on this pitch is going to be on the move, so it's essential that Oregon's defense keeps their feet still. And by still, I mean not moving to go cover second base if you're the middle infielders. And think getting the out at 1.
And we'll do it again. Montana has made Mia work a bit. You just saw this is the 6th full count that Christensen has had to deal with.
And that's one way to get to an elite pitcher, is you got to make them work for it. Put more pitches on their arms so you can see more pitches.
Big swing and a miss. Mimi rearing back and delivering the strikeout. And it's still 1-0 at the end of 3. Stop me if you've heard this before. Oregon and Montana locked up in a pitcher's duel. Everly Swanson and Mimi Christensen both bringing it.
And what more did you expect? Because these two have been phenomenal all weekend long. But both of the offenses are making them work a little bit harder. Mia Christensen has thrown 29 balls and 33 strikes, but then she's been able to settle back in. You see she's really utilizing the ball on the upper part of the zone. She's a little bit of a low rise. And then Everly Swanson, 20 balls, 31 strikes. So both offenses making them work, and they're having to make those adjustments. Everly Swanson going more with the off speeds this game rather than locating it just on the outside corner.
Mia Christensen has struck out 5 of the last 6 batters that she has faced. Everly Swanson has struck out the last 3 that have stepped up to the plate. J.J. Ramirez will try to put a stop to that. 1-0, top 4th. So far, an RBI single by Piper Dunton in the first is the difference. Super slow pitch. That misses for ball 2.
That was a really good pitch. Even though it wasn't called for a strike, I think it could have been borderline. It really affects the timing of the batter, J.J. Ramirez. Because now Swanson's fast is gonna feel faster because she just saw the slow. So if you're a pitcher out there watching, whether your changeup is a strike or not, continue to throw it, continue to mess with the timing of batters.
Ramirez walks on 4 pitches. So add that to her single in the first inning. Add that to the fact that she went 2 for 3 against Montana on Saturday. And add the fact that she scored 3 runs despite going 0 for 0 yesterday. She's had a pretty eventful tournament.
Yeah, she's the catalyst for this Oregon lineup. We talked about it in the beginning of the game. When she gets on base, it feels like Oregon finds a way to get her in.
Reagan Hudson dropped down a sac bunt. Her last plate appearance in the first inning. Coming up, trying to make the catch. Camp is able to shovel it to second. Get the lead runner.
There's really nothing you can do if you're the Oregon base runner on that. J.J. Ramirez, you have to freeze on a line drive, but Olive Camp doing a good job of keeping the ball in front. Even though she didn't catch it in the air, by keeping it in front, J.J. Ramirez is pretty caught out to dry. So just getting the easy out on the lead runner.
Silla Munoz off the fist, roll to third, trying to find the handle, and that bobble may have allowed Hudson to take second safely.
And I think you're right. Spreitzer, the third baseman, her eyes immediately, once she kind of felt that ball coming into her glove, she looked towards the lead runner, and that created a bit of a bobble. This was the play that you do want to go 2 on. Swanson did a good job of jamming the batter. But just like you said, Troy, that little bit of a bobble with the speed of Hudson going from first to second makes it a hard play.
The lefty Piper Dunton swings and misses. No balls and 1 strike. An error on Spreitzer. So 2 on and 1 out. Dunton's RBI single as of right now, the only run of the game.
And it's hard to believe that we're still kind of in the same situation, the same feel as their first game because of both of their bats getting hot in their previous games. But then at the same time, it's really not hard to believe because Everly Swanson and Mia Christensen have been lights out all weekend.
Fly ball to left. Grabbed out there. 2 away.
That was good communication by Mackenzie Hoagland in center and then Olivia Carson in left. They both started going for the ball, which is exactly what you do if you're an outfielder. You go to you're called off. Then Olivia Carson called off Hoagland in center, and then no collision, great play, securing the ball with 2 hands. That's what you do when you're camped under it like she was.
Daniela Ramirez Rosales walked in the first. 2 on and 2 out in a 1-run game. By the way, just found out a few minutes ago, Piper Dutton, who just flew out to left, her parents, Kristen and Jason, it's their 14th anniversary today. Kristen's a coach on the team. It's actually the first base coach.
What do you think they wanted for their 14th anniversary? Probably a win.
Yeah.
Probably that's what they asked each other for. And what better place? I know that this is exactly where they'd want to spend their anniversary, on the ball field, watching some good softball.
There's Kristen at the front of your screen. Swing and a miss. That pitch had some funky movement. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And with as many times as Oregon has seen Swanson and her having to change things up, when she throws that off speed, it's becoming essential that she works it at the down part of the zone so they can't get a barrel to it. And if they do get their barrel to it, it's not going to be a hard hit.
Takes that one, 2-2. Daniela Ramirez Rosales, before every game, she gets a pep talk from her uncle Checho. Says, hit the ball hard and do your best. Pulls the string. How about that? Another strikeout by Swanson. And Oregon gets 2 on, but they leave him there. Swanson doing fantastic things as usual.
Swanson pulling the string yet again to get Ramirez out in front. I love this pitch from her, but I also love her celebrations throughout the game.
Welcome back to the Little League Softball Regionals on ESPN, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Busy days here in San Bernardino. We've got Northwest Region action and West Region action happening here at Al Houghton Stadium. Winners bracket game coming up later on today, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, Washington versus Idaho in the Northwest. That semifinal, and a semifinal in the West Region to cap it off here. Northern California versus Nevada. That's Live Oak Little League, which, memory serves me correctly, is up Sacramento way, just past there. And Summerlin South Little League in Las Vegas. Olive Camp. No balls and 1 strike. Swing and a miss. Now the count 0-2. Camp walked in the first.
Montana, in their previous games, have walked a ton. They've really utilized trusting their eye. And I think with how good Mia Christensen has been in the circle, that's one tool that they're going to have to utilize or continue to utilize, is trusting that eye. Make Mia Christensen pitch you strikes over the heart of the plate. Try not to give in to the ones that are borderline.
Down the line, fair ball. Rolling towards the corner. Camp coming around second. And heads in with a stand-up triple. Camp just steered that down the third baseline.
And what a start for this inning for Montana. Olive Camp, a really tight inside pitch. She doesn't even fully swing, just goes to extension and then turns on those wheels. That ball went all the way down in the corner. She did a great job on that stand-up triple.
Slips out of Mia Christensen's hand. The throw home, safe.
Olive Camp doing it all. Starts off the inning with the triple. Reads the pitch out of Mia Christensen's hand, going to the backstop. And the Montana team wasn't, or their parents weren't on their feet just yet. And just with Olive Camp, she has had them on their feet. This pitch looked like Christensen just slipped out of her hand a little bit early. And then Munoz did a good job of getting to it, but Christensen, she was kind of blocking the plate. And it kind of looked like the runner Camp slid into her a bit, but it looks like she's all right.
Mia's all right. So Munoz is okay. Confirmed by home plate umpire Christopher Boyd. And we'll get back to action with Macy Gonzalez about to face the 1-0. So the game tied now. And Montana looking for more. That's high, ball 3.
And when you're in these really close ball games, it's always like 1 or 2 plays that define who wins or loses in pitchers' duels. That's just the way it is. And you have to seize the opportunity. I think Olive Camp did a great job of seizing that inside pitch. That was barely fair, but keeping your hands inside the ball is so essential to being able to keep the ball in between the lines.
That's ball 4. Well, Oregon knows full well how slim the margins can be. Its game against Washington. Mia Christensen just allowed one base hit. That was a leadoff single to the very first batter that she faced. That was the only base hit that she gave up. Washington scored 2 in the top of the first inning. Christensen retired the last 16 batters she faced, but Oregon still lost. Everly Swanson, who has been busy at the plate, reached on an error in the first, slashes that one back to the screen, 0-1.
And Swanson really broke open the game for Montana yesterday. She's seeing the ball well, she's pitching well. She's just doing everything right now.
Her favorite food is pomegranate. You don't see that too often.
You know, that's a pretty difficult fruit to be able to dissect and get to the good part of it. She's got to have some patience for that one.
Off of Levy's glove. That one just kept rising and rising. And now there are 2 on with nobody out after the base hit.
Swanson, have yourself a weekend. Like I said, she broke the game open yesterday. She's getting her barrel to just about every ball. And this middle outside pitch just staying through it, palm up, palm down at contact. And when your palm is facing, one's facing the sky and one's facing the dirt at contact, that's exactly how line drives fly off of your bat. And line drives are hard to defend. As you can see, Levy at second base, she got a glove on it, but it still was hit too hard.
You saw the rock, paper, scissors game happening at first. Everly Swanson and Macy Gonzalez creating strategies there. Meanwhile, Riley Christensen bringing in the infield to give some strategy going forward here. And probably also sensing that this could very well be a fulcrum point moment in this game.
Yeah, you get the feeling that with how tight it's been in this game, how tight it was till the end, the last time these two teams played each other, that one run can really be the difference. So for Oregon, it's about playing some lockdown defense, having your pitchers back. Now you got a force at third as well as a force at second. Wherever the ball takes you as an infielder, the smart play is to go where your feet are moving towards.
Adeline Baldwin popped up the short to end the first. Shows bunt. Knocks it back to the backstop.
And her barrel just looks a tad bit low when she's coming around to bunt. You want to have your barrel more towards the top of your strike zone. So anything that comes right at your barrel, you know to pull back, and then you can use your legs to help you get the ball down if it's below the top of the strike zone.
0-2. Baldwin wears number 8. Her favorite athlete is Kobe Bryant. It's not a coincidence. Everybody's moving up 60 feet.
And it looks like Christensen is just releasing the ball a little bit early when she's trying to go to the bottom half of the zone right now. But if you're batter, Adlin Baldwin, now you can hit a ground ball to the right side and score one.
Gets one back up the middle. Gets the out at first, but the throw home not in time. Montana takes the lead.
It was good base running by Macy Gonzalez to notice that Mia Christensen, after this ground ball, didn't take a peek at her, so she slowly inched further and further off of third base once the ball was put in play. A slow roller, Mia Christensen did the right thing of going one, but if she takes a peek at Gonzalez at third, Gonzalez might not go. But like I said, that's great base running by Gonzalez. As soon as Christensen released that ball, she was headed home, was able to stand up coming in.
In games like this, little things end up being the difference. Pitch inside, 1-1 to Caitlin Spreitzer. Spreitzer led off the second with a single. The 2-1 from Christensen. Slow tapper to first. Steps on the bag for one. And Swanson staying put at third.
I almost thought Swanson was going to try and score on that with how slow it was. And then Piper Dunton, she retreated back to the bag to tag it. So her back at one point was turned away from home plate. But I think Swanson, knowing how important base runners are in this game, she's the pitcher for Montana. She knows this is going to be a close one until the end, and they've already done it against Oregon. So I think she was just trying to be as smart as possible on that play, and also trust that Hoglund, the batter, is going to be able to get her in.
One and one to Hoglund. 2 runs in so far for Montana. Swanson at third with 2 out. Christensen dealing the 2-1. That's high. Hoglund collecting herself, getting ready to go. And the 3-1. Ball 4.
That was a good take on that last pitch by Hoglund, that inside pitch. And very patient throughout that entire at-bat. We've talked about it throughout the game of when you're facing elite pitchers, you got to make them work a little bit harder, see more pitches, and I think Montana, especially this inning, has done a really good job with it.
They've certainly made Mia Christensen work much harder this time around than perhaps she may have had to on Saturday. Olivia Carson, the batter. Swings and misses. Carson struck out in the second. Runners at the corners with 2 out. 1 ball and 1 strike. The 2-1. Big cut and a swing and a miss.
Mia Christensen, no matter what has happened in her weekend, no matter if a runner's gone on or a batter's been walked, she has immediately gone after the next batter. And it feels like she turns up her velocity even.
30th pitch of the inning for Mia Christensen. Carson goes around, and that is strike 3. But Montana strikes with 2 runs. Olive Camp got the party started.
Olive Camp did a little bit of everything, started off with the triple, scoring on the pass ball to head into the 5th.
Athletes Unlimited at the Little League Softball World Series.
Makeup of a superstar.
Look at that play!
The Little Leaguers will be in the stands. They're so excited to see us, and we're excited to see them. They dream of being me, and I was once them.
Professional softball is returning to Greenville, North Carolina for the 2026 AUSL Pro Game, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Set to take place on Wednesday, August 5th. Learn more at littleleague.org/athletesunlimited. I like her hat. Softball. That's all you need. She came dressed appropriately to the ballpark here today.
Yeah, we all need to get a hat that just says softball. I can't think of a better one, actually.
Hope you're enjoying this one here from San Bernardino. Troy Clarity, Riley West, top of the 5th inning. Montana scoring twice in the bottom of the 4th to take a 2-1 lead. And Swanson has been effective in the circle once again. But the work nowhere near done as Reagan Levy goes up, gets this one, and fouls it off for strike 1.
And
Struck out to end the 1st.
And Swanson has been helping herself out. 37 strikes, 28 balls. She's starting to separate that strike number a little bit further from how many balls she's been throwing. And especially in this heat, when you know you're in the loser's bracket, trying to fight your way back. You got to be efficient as a pitcher to be able to withstand the heat and as many batters as you're facing.
Hermiston Little League trying to stay alive. They did it last year in the elimination bracket, made it to the championship game. The 0-2 from Swanson, tails outside, 1-2. Hermiston, Oregon, in the eastern part of the state, 180 miles east of Portland. Apparently home of the best watermelons in the world. I'm not a watermelon guy, so I'll take everyone's word for it. 2-2.
I just wish they brought everyone in the booth some watermelons. I could snack on some sweet watermelons.
You can have mine.
Exactly. I can have both of our watermelons. That sounds delicious right now.
How about that pitch from Everly Swanson?
It just looks like Swanson is getting better and better every single inning. Like I said, more efficient, separating that strikes number away from how many balls she's been throwing. She's getting ahead of batters, and it looks like she's throwing an off-speed almost every other pitch. That one looks like an off-speed curve, has the batter Levy out in front.
Brings up Mia Christensen. Reaches out, taps it foul. I mentioned this with Mia on Saturday. I think it's too good to hold off on once again today. Mia says that she tried to organize a hide-and-seek tournament, but it was tough because good players are hard to find. Swanson's been hard to locate with her pitches from the circle. 0-2.
She's really relying on the outside part of the zone, but taking a little something off of it velocity-wise. You've seen a lot of foul balls to the right side like that previous one, and you've also seen a lot of swing and misses. So Oregon, this lineup, to make that adjustment, they have to trust their eyes, let that ball travel a little bit deeper in the zone, let it break, because it's breaking away from them, and then drive it to that right side. You also got to keep that front shoulder closed. You can't try and pull it. When you try and pull it, you get those squibblers in between the circle and first base.
Down low, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And now the count evens out, 2-2. Oregon with just 2 base hits so far today. A single by J.J. Ramirez and a single by Piper Dunton. Both in the first inning. That's been it. Reaches out, rolls it foul.
That pitch coming in, it must look really enticing because the Oregon batters have had a really tough time laying off of it. And from our view up here, it looks like it's maybe a ball or 2 off the plate. But that just shows you how much Swanson is able to spin it.
Now started outside, stayed outside, 3-2. Pitch number 8 of the at-bat forthcoming. Swanson had thrown 65 pitches coming into this one. And Mia Christensen cracks it back up the middle, base hit.
That was a great battle by Christensen, fouling off quite a few pitches on that outside corner. Then Swanson puts one over the plate, and Christensen does not miss. She uses her rotation, that bottom half, to drive it right back where it came from. And Christensen's in the circle, and we talked about she doesn't show very much emotion. When she got to first base, she kind of put her fist down, encouraging her teammates behind her. So you know when your pitcher who doesn't show a lot of emotion shows some emotion, as her fellow teammates, you tell yourself, we've got to get it done.
The door potentially opening for Oregon. Can it walk through? Now it goes to 2-0 on Blakely Nolan. He grounded out to second in the second inning. Two balls, no strikes. Now suddenly 3-0. Now runners at first and second after the walk. Christensen and Nolan aboard.
During that at-bat, Blakely Nolan had both toes on the line, or even at one point I thought she might be over the line with how close she is. The line has been moved quite a bit. It's hard to tell where the chalk's at. But I think because she was on the line, Swanson was forced to move the ball a little bit more and kind of struggled to find the strike zone. So you wonder if Oregon is now going to continue with that, staying on the line and forcing Swanson to try and go more on the outer half.
The youngest player on this Hermiston Little League team, Natalie Rodriguez at the plate.
Hey!
Over to third, and no play. Spreitzer came up with it, spun around, tried to go to third, but there was no one there.
And that's a really tough play. A slower roller for a third baseman taking you in the 5-6 hole. Spreitzer should have continued to move through it and tried for the play at one. I love the heads-up thought of going for the force out, but because it takes her away from the base and because of the speed of the ball, it also makes it tough for shortstop Brooklyn Stockton to be able to get to third base in time.
Yep.
But Oregon just having no quit in this inning, continuing to put pressure on the defense. And Everly Swanson's doing a good job in the circle after the walk to go at the very next batter, roll her team a ground ball. It's a tough play there for Caitlin Spreitzer, the third baseman.
Hydration break of sorts, it looks like, for Montana. Oregon trying to get something going. Bases loaded here in the top of the fifth with one out.
And the beauty for Oregon of just one out is it doesn't have to be a base hit to score a run. So you can send something to the outfield, something deep enough that Christensen, the runner on third, will have time to score. Or you can even have a ground ball to the right side, give your base runners more time. It looks like Montana's defense is playing right behind or maybe even in the baseline. So I think depending on the speed of the direction of the ball is going to depend on if they try and go for the force out at home.
Base is full. Emery Sealer at the plate. The 1-0 pitch. Fouls it off. Sealer struck out to begin the third. Christensen at third, no one at second, Rodriguez at first. It's a good pitch. Now it goes to 1-2.
And Swanson doing a good job going right at the batter, not putting herself in a position to have to give a hitter's pitch. She's now in the position that she can work with her pitcher's pitches and potentially an off-speed.
Strike three call. Just painted the outside corner. Swanson hopping for joy on that one.
And I love the reaction from Swanson, bearing down when her team needs her most right now. Bases loaded, moves the pitch on the outside corner, but the reaction from Swanson after a bases loaded strikeout, that's as clutch as it gets in the circle.
Presley Bissinger. Seems a foul, 0-1. Bissinger struck out in the third. Oregon, as of right now, 2 of 6 with runners in scoring position, including the RBI single by Piper Denton. Bases loaded, 2 out. Hi, Taylor outside, 1-1. Pulls the string a bit there, 1-2.
That outside pitch for Swanson, I mentioned it all game, has some really good wiggle on it, really good movement going away from the batter.
swing and a miss. And Oregon leaves them loaded. And it's still a 2-1 game in favor of Montana.
Everly Swanson, fire me up, pulling the string and the hopping after. She's feeling it.
The Little League Softball Regionals on ESPN are presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's. Oregon scored first. Montana has scored more and more recently. Montana trying to add on to it here as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. 406 area code representing. We got the 9, 10, and 11 batters due up for Montana here, facing off against Mia Christensen. Struggled slightly in the 4th inning. But gets Stella Philbrick to swing at the first pitch.
Right now for Montana, this is where you're looking to be able to scratch maybe 1, potentially 2 runs this inning, so you can go into the 6th inning with a little bit more of a cushion. And for Everly Swanson in the circle, she's been phenomenal, and she knows how to pitch in these such pressure situations. But it would make her probably feel even better if she had a little bit more cushion.
Well, swing and a miss, strike 3. Stella Philbrick is retired. Mia Christensen with 7 Ks on the day.
And Christensen, that was really quick work from her in the circle. Going back to that bread and butter, the curveball in the outside corner. She's been able to locate that from game 1 here at the tournament, and it's just worked so well for her.
Strike 1 called to Kinsley Gilbertson, who says that she'd buy a beach house with her lottery winnings. Inside, 1-1. Some good beach houses not too far away from here, I'd imagine. We're probably about, what, 75 miles from the coast, but still. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, if she has the opportunity to take a little bit of a drive down, scout out some houses, and then maybe if she does, she'll pick out one. She'll pick out one that she wants after she wins the lottery.
Good beaches in Oregon, too, for the record. Kinsley also raises hogs. There's queso and salsa.
I wonder what Kinsley's favorite, what her favorite kind of food is. Queso and salsa. Next one, maybe named guacamole.
I was thinking birria myself. Quesabirria changed my life. 2-2, fouled off. Montana ahead 2-1. Would love to tack on some insurance. Christensen trying to keep Montana within sight. This at bat continues. Count stays at 2-2. Big swing and a miss. That's strike 3.
And Christensen's pitched a lot of innings in this tournament and on Oregon's route to get here. And it feels like towards the end of both games that we've seen her, she has really brought that velocity. And you would think that pitchers, the longer they pitch, maybe a few miles per hour would be taken off, but I can hear the pop of the glove from here, from catcher behind the plate, Macy Gonzalez, because that's how much speed Christensen's bringing in.
Simone McGuire struck out in the 3rd. Mia Christensen battling in the circle. Pitched just 1 inning yesterday against Alaska. Got the start, faced 3 batters and struck out 2 of them. She'd proven her point. In part to help save her for today. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I thought that was a really nice decision from manager Riley Christensen to get some rest for Mia Christensen's arm after that 1st inning.
On the ground to Levy. Short toss to Dunton. Side retired. Oregon down to its last chance. The 12, 1, and 2 batters due up for Hermiston Little League. Well, Oregon has come up big on Montana in the 6th inning before. Hopping the Wayback Machine to Saturday, Priscilla Munoz with the walk-off hit to give Oregon the 2-1 win.
And Priscilla Munoz is the 4th batter this inning, so something that Oregon's hoping that they can potentially redo, but it's got to start with Kaylee Colvin there at the bottom lineup, turning it back over to JJ Ramirez. This is a hard position to be in when you know as a team, if you can't scratch a run across to tie the game, that your season is over. So it's being able to suppress those thoughts and those emotions and focus on 1 batter at a time, pass the bat to the next one. Try not to be the hero. Try not to get those eyes too big on those big hits. A couple base hits paired together and you'll be back in the ball game.
All you need is 1 run to, at the very least, extend this game. And if all works out well, extend your stay in San Bernardino and play again tomorrow. Everly Swanson has been tough, as usual, on these Oregon batters. Elimination game going to its final regulation inning. Callie Colvin struck out back in the third.
You can see Colvin scoring around to bunt, doing anything she can to turn that lineup over. That's your job as the last batter, whether that's bunt, take your walk, work the count, base hit, anything you can so that top of the lineup can get you back in.
54 strikes out of 94 pitches thrown now by Swanson. He went 5+ against Oregon on Saturday, struck out 11, but did not get the win. 2-1. Right down the middle, evens out the count.
And for Oregon, how important it is for them to get their first batter on base. It's just as important for Montana to get that first out. It tends to shut down a lot of momentum for an opposing team.
Full count to Callie Colvin. Most weekends, Colvin goes straight from dance competitions to softball tournaments. She'd love to help her team keep dancing here. Count stays at 3-2.
And that swing and that pitch, it's definitely starting to feel like that bottom, or excuse me, the top of the 6th inning, feeling like you got to keep your season alive. Just a battle already in this first at bat.
That's ball 4. Tying runs aboard.
Just an excellent at bat from Callie Colvin to start this inning off. She pulled around to bunt, worked the count, fouled a ball off. Just a phenomenal eye. And we talked about it. Getting that first base runner on, especially turning the lineup over. This is exactly now where Oregon wants to be.
J.J. Ramirez bringing her strong bat to the plate. Ramirez singled in the first, walked in the 4th. And overall, against Montana this week, 3 for 4. Couple of bounces straight to first. Baldwin handles it there, 1 away.
And Baldwin did a really nice job of smothering this ball on that bounce that came up to her. She used her entire body to keep it in front, and if that ball gets past or deflects, that could be potentially 2 base runners on, and even potentially Callie Colvin moving up to 3rd, so closer to tying that game.
Hudson showing bunt, doesn't go for it. Hudson dropping down a sack bunt to move Ramirez over to 3rd. Ramirez was later knocked in on Piper Dutton's RBI single. As of right now, that's Oregon's lone run of the game. That came back in the 1st inning. Reagan always takes deep breaths when she's up to bat. In with the good air, out with the bad. Strike 1.
And you can see Briley Christensen down 3rd base line, giving some instruction to Reagan Hudson at the plate about her barrel angle while she's trying to get this bunt down.
2-2.
It was a little bit better. You could tell Hudson was ready to get out the box and run down the line, so just that little bit of movement from her lower half made that ball go foul, but now she's got to battle with these 2 strikes.
Count full with the runner at 2nd. snared. Baldwin, the throw to second, and she's out there. That's a double play, and that's your ball game. Missoula, Montana is staying in San Bernardino. 2 big runs in the bottom of the fourth are the difference, and Montana knocks out Oregon.
Pitching, defense, and clutch hitting, that's the name of the game. Montana battled back from their loss earlier in this tournament against Oregon. Came down to the clutch hitting, all of camp, the pitching, Everly Swanson, and then the defense to close it out on the double play. There's not much more you would want if you're the Montana coaches and the players, just to see them bounce back.
Battling back, Montana showing resilience in the state tournament, showing resilience here, and oh, by the way, being in the right place at the right time. Baldwin started it, Brooklyn Stockton finishes it, and Everly Swanson, who was balling all throughout the game today, has Montana hopping into the Northwest Region semifinals. Well-played game here today. Another one between these two teams. Both of them each decided by 1 run. Oregon took the first one. Montana takes this one, and they are staying here in San Bernardino. So with this result, Montana in the semis. It will await the team that does not come away between Idaho and Washington. That game later on today. That winner advances to the championship on Thursday. So now we have 3 teams remaining in the Northwest region. Oregon gave it all it could. That's a fantastic program. But Garden City Softball Little League out of Missoula is still rolling. They are heading off to the semis. Thanks to our terrific ESPN Plus crew and my broadcast partner, Riley West, I'm Troy Clarity. Thank you most of all for being here with us. Montana beats Oregon 2-1. What a day here in San Bernardino.